Music brings us together, even when we're apart. That's why we support Canadian musicians, festivals, and award shows. It's just one of the ways TD's Ready commitment helps build a more inclusive tomorrow.
Good evening, Juliet Dunn and
Peter Shea here.
on behalf of the TD Niagara Jazz Festival. Thanks for joining us. We're so excited to bring you our featured performer this evening. In fact, a gentleman that you studied with.
I did, in fact, U of T many years ago. Many
How
moons.
many years ago?
A lot of moons.
Many moons.
Many moons.
His name is Brian Dickinson, and let us tell you. Oh, but you know what? Before we bring on the guest, I'd like to do a little bit of business. So let me pull up this slide. It's about hearing the show. So you can still hear us behind this screen. Yep. Sound tips for the performance. So we've come to understand with these many months of live streaming that the best experience you will have is if you can find a pair of headphones to plug into your device, because all of these wonderful devices are very different.
Yes, it will solve problems like latency and
well, not so much the latency, but the sound. Just the sound
is the main thing.
Yeah, and so sometimes you might hear the artist performing beautifully because we've sound checked it, and then maybe when they speak you can't hear as well. So please plug in your headset. There you go. That's our tips. Okay, we're back. We're back. So I'm gonna do a little intro, and Peter might have a story or two about our guest.
I may.
Or one.
We never know.
Who knows? So Brian Dickinson is our featured performer this evening, and he's been on the Canadian jazz scene for over 35 years. He's a pianist, composer, and arranger, and he's on over 60 recordings, and over 10 of those as a leader. The list of the people he's performed with is very long, but let me just tell you a few. Kenny Wheeler, Pat LaBarbera, the Woody Herman Band, Calloway, Don Thompson, Jane Bunnett, and many more. Oh, Peter's pointing to a few that I missed.
Phil Nimmons.
You
got to put Phil in there.
Kirk MacDonald.
He's our greatest, one of our greatest treasures. Yes.
Yeah, I told you I knew I'd forget the important ones. There's so many that he's performed with. We're so honored to have him as our guest this evening, and as well as touring Canada extensively, he's toured all over the US, Europe, and Asia. And like everybody, no one's touring right now, but hopefully soon. And before we bring him on, should we bring him on and then you can tell your story? Or
yeah, why not? Let's do that.
Let's bring on our guest for this evening, and if all goes well, here he is. Yay! Brian Dickinson. How are you, Brian?
I'm fine. I'm a little nervous about the story, but you know.
Oh, no. I'll keep it brief.
I know. Okay, I'm going to let Peter tell the story while I fiddle over here.
Okay.
Oh, I think you might remember this. I recently played a good friend of mine. Do you know Richard Moore?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, we were playing and reminiscing. So the reason I bring this up, he had mentioned the story. You were in class one day. I think it was year training, or I don't know what class it was, and I think you're having a rough day. That some of the students were just driving you nuts, and you. You had told a story about how you were over at U of T, and that a drummer had lifted an Oscar Peterson solo.
All right. Okay.
And then I think you were mad at your classes because they were just kind of slacking, and then Rich he pipes out and says, "Would that drummer happen to be Peter Shea?" And then he said, "Yes, it was Peter Shea." So
that's funny.
I remember that I lifted C Jam Blues or something, Oscar Peterson, and I'd played along to it, and I think that's
yeah,
what,
right. Yeah. You know,
So I'm trying to age you. How many years ago was that?
That would have been early 90s.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, 19s.
90, I said 1990s, yes.
The 1900s.
The 1900s. Wait.
Doesn't that sound old? The
Yes.
1900s. We have stories about the 1900s. Well, listen, we're just thrilled to have you. We're gonna get out of your way just before we do. I'd just like to play our sponsor slide. So Vienny Estates is our official bubbly sponsor of the whole festival. They're sponsoring this show. And Steve from Vienny may pop in during the show. So if he does, we'll bring him in after a song. But let me just play this slide, and a big, huge thanks to Vienny Estates for sponsoring the festival and for this show. So thank you, Vienny Estates, for sponsoring the festival and for sponsoring the show. I think Peter wanted to say something. Oh, no, you're good. Okay. Nope. So, Brian, we're going to get out of your way. We might pop in we'll definitely pop in after the first song just to let you know that we're good with the sound, which I'm sure we will be because we had a beautiful sound check. And enjoy the show, everyone. We're so thrilled to have Brian Dickinson on piano live from Toronto.
Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm going to start with a tune of mine. Again, this probably goes back to the early 90s too, but this has been recorded a lot by myself and others. This is a tune called Spring Sprung In.
Amazing. Wow.
How is our gain?
It's good. It might be. We could probably bring it down just a
bit,
tad, but
Yeah.
it's that's such. When we did the sound check, I remember that microphone. Is that the one you and Bonnie were talking about? The
That's
one
right.
Blue Yoda? No, what was it? Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
Blue Yoda, Blue Yeti. Okay, I was close. Peter's doing his Yoda impression.
Why is you are to be using such Bluetooth technology?
Okay, settle down.
Sorry.
Okay, we will now officially get back out of your way, but really enjoying it, and I'm sure everyone else is. Thanks, Brian. Brian Dickinson on piano.
Thanks. I'm going to continue with another tune of mine. This is something that I wrote kind of in tribute to an amazing pianist and musician, orchestrator kind of guy, Claire Fisher. We've worked out of Los Angeles for many, many years. An amazing piano player and amazing arranger, composer. So I call this the Fisher King. I'm going to continue with a little Billy Strayhorn medley here. So anyway, I'm going to start with, 3 tunes. The Star-Crossed Lovers, and followed by Blood Count, followed by A Flower is a Lovesome Thing, all by Billy Strayhorn. Strayhorn. He wrote some amazing tunes, and they're all in D flat. Anyway, I'm going to play something not in D flat. I warned people this would be ballad heavy, so I'm going to play two tunes that I learned from the great Bill Evans. The first one is a Michel Legrand tune called Noel's Theme. Yeah, next up, another tune that I learned from a Bill Evans recording, and it's written by a Brazilian composer named Francis Haim, and I believe in the Brazilian Portuguese it's called Mina, and I think it translates to the English version, All Mine. Maybe before I go on, I would like to say a few thank yous. First of all, I'd like to say a big thanks to Wayne Ferguson, piano technician, fantastico. Wayne, was nice enough to come over and tune my piano the other day because I wanted to sound great for this. And if you need a piano tuner, you can message me for his info, where he's Wayne Ferguson at Tuner1 on Instagram. Anyway. Big thanks to Wayne, and of course to Juliet and Peter, Niagara Jazz Fest, for doing this. This is a great thing. It's nice to be able to play, even if it's in my basement. Nice to have an audience, you know. It's funny, you know. I actually, at some point, I was thinking, oh man, I got a gig tonight. I better have a shower or something, you know. But I wore pants anyway. So I'm gonna play something that's not a ballad, maybe. This is Everything I Love, a Cole Porter tune. more. Actually, I just going off script. It just seems like an obvious tune to play in this setting. I think I'll play Alone Together.
Wow. Brian, thank you so much. What a wonderful concert.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yes, and Alone Together. Yeah, that's exactly
We
what
are.
that is.
Yeah.
COVID. We're sadly getting used to it, but it's nice to see you even virtually and to hear you this way.
Likewise. Great to see you.
Yeah, that was just gorgeous. Just such a great concert. Really enjoyed it. We post for if anybody wants to give tips that they'll go to cancer research this evening. So thanks for that.
That's great. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we had some lovely comments during the show. When you watch it back, you'll see they were posted as well.
Oh, good. Nice.
Yeah, and I'm going to see you backstage in a second. But before you go, before we part, what do you have planned, or gigs coming back for you, or how's that all going?
I mean, I guess I'm fortunate. I guess I think I'm, from people I talk to, it sounds like I'm really busy because I seem to be averaging about a gig a month. So
Those are good stats nowadays.
Yeah, no, I'm doing something again online though with Kirk MacDonald's quartet. I think on September 13th.
Okay.
For and that's the next thing in the book. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been thinking about. I'm gonna. Maybe more basement activity, but I think I'm going to record a solo piano thing over this fall as well. So that's something to keep me busy.
That will be great. Let us know when that comes out so we can share the love, spread the word.
Yeah, we'll do.
Excellent. Well, once again, everyone, Brian Dickinson live from Toronto from his basement. It's a nice basement. It's nice and bright.
Yeah. You can't see the mess the way I've got it positioned. So it's good.
Well, I love it. And thank you for wearing pants. That's great.
Yeah, well,
It's true. These gigs, we don't have to lug gear and we just kind of go down the stairs. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, I'm going to come and see you backstage. I'm just going to sign off with some business. And thanks once again.
All right, thanks, Juliet.
Take care. So that was Brian Dickinson, everyone. And this is the TD Niagara Jazz Festival's live stream Love Jazz series. That was episode 39 since we've been in lockdown. So Brian's tip link is going to cancer research. So you saw that just scrolling along the bottom of the screen. I think it's still there. Yep, perfect. It is. And I would like to, at this point, I'd like to say a big thanks to our team. We've had a really busy day getting ready for our youth finals tomorrow. And so this is Bonnie, who's running the show backstage. So thanks. It's been a busy day, huh, Bonnie?
Very much so, but yes, I'm happy to be a member of the Pants Club here. It's
it's very
good. We're really looking forward to tomorrow, and a beautiful. If you're still backstage, that was just so lovely. What a beautiful 1 hour reprieve from the crazy day we've been having at the TD Niagara Jazz Fest, getting ready for our youth competition finals tomorrow. So just whiling away the hour listening to your beautiful playing was really, really nice.
Yeah, it was so great. And a big shout out to Jill and Nick, our summer job students. Shoddy, our other student's been on holiday, but she's going to be busy when she gets back on Monday. We have missed her. She's been away 2 weeks. But thanks to Jill and Nick, because the messaging and the phone calls, it was probably the busiest it's ever been. Busier than Mardi Gras. Who knew? Those youth are keeping us on our toes, for sure.
Yeah. They're killing it on social media, hitting those hashtags.
That's right. That's right. So on our website, you can find them under events. It's the Jazz for the Ages Youth Competition. You can see all of their bios. There's 13 finalists from ages 10 to 23. Soloists, right, and groups, and you can vote for them as well. So they're going to get prizes for the most votes, but they're all getting, so thanks to the town of Lincoln, they're all getting cash honorariums. They're going to get swag bags tomorrow. And then out of the 13, there will also be winners who will also be getting more prizing and certificates, and it's going to be a fun day for everyone. It's
glory.
Right? It's at an undisclosed location in the Niagara region, but it's online, so you can join us on our YouTube and Facebook channel. And I think, I saw a slide earlier, hopefully I can dig it up before the end of this, that Jill put together a lovely slide with our socials earlier. And I think she shared it with me, so I should post that as well.
Oh, shoot. I don't think it's ready yet.
Oh, okay. So it's at Jazz, just look for us at Jazz Niagara. Yeah. And I'm going to post, another big thanks. So for tonight's show sponsor. So actually our youth competition in the past, our youth finals have taken place at Vienna Estates Winery. And this year we decided we were going to go online. So we're not at Vienny this year, but Vienny is our official bubbly sponsor of the whole festival. And they're sponsoring this evening. And Bonnie's put together a lovely little slide for that. So here we are. Thanks,
Juliet. I love the way you say we decided to go online, like like we had a choice. We would love to be welcoming you all in person,
and thousands of you to see.
Can't wait to do it again.
I know
when it's safe.
Exactly.
We're starting to welcome some small groups of people back safely. Lots and lots of work to make it safe, but it's worth it just to see people enjoying live music.
Exactly. And safe is the key word. And that's what we're doing. And, you know, we've done almost 50 shows online. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. Yeah. And if you've watched from the beginning, you'll see how Bonnie and the team have helped streamline. And, you know, we've got all these fun gadgets and everything. And, yeah, talk about a learning curve. I'll probably sleep for a year, you know, after, well, I don't know. It just keeps going, though. It keeps going and going. Yes. But it's fun. So thanks again, Bonnie. I'm going to put you backstage as well. Yes. I'm going to do some more videos. Yeah. And then I'll come see you and Brian in a second. So that's Bonnie, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you're just tuning in and you've missed the show, that's okay. They stay up on our social media, YouTube and Facebook at Jazz Niagara. And yes, so tomorrow our youth finals, 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. We'll be broadcasting live, and you can find them all on our website. 13 finalists. They're all incredible. It's going to be tough. Oh, and for the judges we have there on our website too. We have 7 or 8 judges tomorrow. I'm not going to list them all off because I don't want to forget one. So do look online, but we have some celebrity judges, and they are just so lucky to get feedback from these judges. Even the semi-finalists, everybody got all the feedback from the judges, and that's really, really helpful for all of these youth performers. Tomorrow we also have our friend Greg Willis, who's doing all the food for us at the event, feeding all of the team and all of the youth. So a big thanks to Greg Willis of Kitchen Maid. And let me just play this end slide for you, because you've seen Brian's donation request, and please do always support the artists. And tonight his is going to cancer research. So let me just put that one up one more time. I'm almost there. Whoopsies. Peter's coming into the frame with a glass of water. Oh, was that for me? You're live, Peter. There's.
Oh, I need some headphones.
Okay. You don't have headphones. Here's Peter. Wait, they're here.
They're just
Oopsies.
there.
And nothing like live, everyone. Where are your headphones? Okay, here we go. I'm just wrapping up, putting up some. There we go. Yay. Okay. There we go. Thanks, Bonnie, for stepping in.
Hello.
While I fumble over here. So I'm just finishing up, and then I was going to put up our end slide. Of course, these glasses, I didn't get the right glasses. It's somewhere. It's close. I'm close. I'm very close. So thanks again for joining us. Here's our end slide. That's better. So thanks again, everyone. Tomorrow, youth finals, 11 to 4.
Yes.
And I can't even think beyond that, because it's just, it's a lot of moving parts. So let's just get through that. We're so excited about the Jazz for the Ages youth finals. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you soon.